Yeah, yeah. We just chillin' and vibing. Good conversations with good people. Oh, good conversations with good people. Yeah, yeah.
What's going on, everybody? We got a special guest who redefine what it means to be strong naturally. He's certified beast in the gym, a champion in the natural bodybuilding, and he's doing it all without shortcuts. From winning on Hollywood Square to building a platform rooted in health, hustle, and heart. We vibe today with none other than Shaun. Let's lock in. What's going on, man?
That was a great introduction. Thank you for that.
Hey, man, I appreciate that, man. How you doing?
I'm great, honestly. It's a beautiful day. I feel like this entire year has felt like the closest thing to heaven on earth than I've ever gotten to experience. So I'm really grateful.
Okay. But welcome, welcome. We do appreciate you coming to Chill and Vibe, man. So let's get into it, man.
Oh yeah.
All right. What inspired you to choose the natural route?
Oh, do you want the long version or the short version?
We got time. We got time.
I'll start with the short version, and then if you want me to build off of that. What inspired me to pursue the natural route? Okay, so when I was in high school, I got into fitness and working out specifically for cosmetic reasons. I liked girls when I was a kid, so I thought that I wasn't very I wasn't very successful. Like I wasn't getting them. So like everything I did from grade 6 to grade 12 was to like maneuver myself in positions to be attractive to women. So I would make friends with like kids I wasn't really friends with because they'd be popular and shit like that. And I came up with this idea because I saw it in movies that if I had a six pack, then I might be able to get girls to be into me, right? So then I got the six pack. It worked. Girls started paying more attention to me. And I was like, okay, let's build off of that. Let's just get, more aesthetically pleasing. And long story short, by age 18, I spent, the summer after high school, like working out every day for 3 months, and I got jacked. You know, I looked
Mhm.
good. And I liked how I looked, and I thought that was like the ceiling because my understanding of bodybuilding is that if you want to be a Mr. Olympia, you got to take steroids. I was never interested in looking like Ronnie Coleman or the other great Mr. Olympia champions of that time because like I wasn't in it to be big. I was in it to like be attracted to girls, and girls aren't really into bodybuilders anyway. So like I'm thinking aesthetics. Uh, anyway, just to finish, fast forward 10 years, age 30 now, and I'm noticing like I started prioritizing nutrition more because my metabolism was different in age 30. Like if I ate the same amount of food that I was doing at age 20, I would get fat, especially if I'm not working out. So I got in shape through nutrition, and I saw my physique, and it was better than I'd ever seen, like in my entire life. And I was like, yo, if I mirror my nutrition dedication with my fitness training dedication, I could potentially have one of the best aesthetic physiques of all time. And steroids did not fit into the equation, if that answers your question.
Okay. That was the short one? Hey, I thought it'd been a long.
Yeah, right.
Okay, okay,
It's good practice to try to condense, so I'm going to keep practicing throughout this conversation.
okay. So I gotta ask, who's your favorite bodybuilder of all time?
Wow, that's a great question. I'm gonna go with Frank Zane. Yeah, yeah, Frank Zane's dope. He was battling against Arnold Schwarzenegger during that era called the Golden Era, and he had just like an entirely different physique than Arnold. Arnold obviously should have been the face of the sport, rightfully so, just because of his charisma and his determination and his physique. But Frank Zane offered something about aesthetics that me myself, who also is passionate about lines and shapes and symmetry and stuff like that, he definitely was the beginning of that for the sport.
Okay, okay. What's your biggest misconception people have about natural athletes?
That they don't exist. Yeah, that's like the biggest one. And I'm just looking to provide clarification that we do and that we're awesome and that you don't need to rely on steroids in order to achieve great things in sports or otherwise. But it's just like they're fucked up, you know?
How do you stay motivated and consistent with your training?
Oh, that's well, to put it as simply as possible, when you adopt the lifestyle of peaking yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually, then it's like if you're not pursuing the best version of yourself, then you're dying, essentially. It's either you're growing and expanding and evolving, or you're not. And if you're not, then you're in the process of dying. And I'd rather live a very long and prosperous life.
Okay. Do you think the industry will ever fully respect the natural bodybuilding the way it does the IFBB pros?
Absolutely, because of me. You're welcome, guys.
You hear the man.
Yeah.
Get that man the damn flowers. Shit.
I mean, you know, people always give the flowers when they can't smell them or whatever that saying is. But I ain't tripping about that. I'm not doing it for like accolades or anything like that. I saw the route that would allow me to have the most amount of fun while still becoming the greatest of all time.
Okay. Respect. So when I'm working out, my favorite part is that feeling, like right after pumping that iron, you know, feeling swole, buff. What's your favorite part about working out?
Hmm. My favorite part about working out is man, this is going to be like the most vain answer I've given in a long time, but like I love seeing myself in peak form. I just think it's the best. I get so excited. It's like, dude, that's you. That's you, bro. I love it. So
Yeah, okay.
the results for sure.
Yeah. So walk us through your daily routine, man, like the meals, the mindsets, and the movement, man.
Okay. All right. This is the moment where I come clean. um, I'll put it to you this way. I'll give you like a disclaimer at the beginning. So, there's this book called 4 Hour Work Week, written by Tim Ferriss. Basically, that whole book is about optimizing your time and suggesting that you actually get more done in a condensed amount of time as opposed to spreading out the same amount of tasks over the course of, let's say, an 8 hour day, right? So if you're working 40 hours a week and doing all this work, it suggests that maybe 80% of that work is useless anyway. It's just busy work. You're just doing
Mm,
shit to make the perception that you're busy. The other 20% actually needs to get done. I've adopted that philosophy into my lifestyle in all different ways, where I don't try to overthink or overwork myself. I kind of work backwards from the perspective if I already am the greatest of all time, all I have to do is take myself through the steps in order to become that person. What are the steps? Work out every day, not even every day, but work out consistently. That's top priority. Working out consistently, not every day, work out consistently, and eat food. Why do we eat food? We eat food to get big. If you're not eating food, you're getting smaller. It's just that simple. So if the tasks to become the greatest natural bodybuilder of all time are just two tasks, work out and eat food, get some sleep, that's I just sprinkle that shit in throughout the day. I just sprinkle it in. It's like, okay, I gotta go
right.
to the gym today. I gotta eat food today. I should go to bed. And then what you're asking me is like, what am I doing outside of those things? You know, having fun, taking over the world, making connections, networking, talking to guys like you know,
Right.
spreading the message and letting people know, like, hey, it's not that complicated. Just pick a goal, focus on the goal, and focus on the actionable steps that bring you closer to the goal without like blowing the whole thing out of proportion.
Respect.
Yeah. I come in very high energy, by the way.
Hey, I love it, man. I love it.
Nice.
We do. As long
Cool.
as you chilling and vibing, we good, brother.
I'm chilling.
So I gotta ask, what was that experience like? Your first bodybuilding competition?
Wow, cool. All right, so you should totally talk to my training partner who's also a part of this movement. His name is Valley Muscle. He had a different experience than me. Because I'm like a very big picture type of person and I think very long term, the first experience didn't really mean anything to me. In fact, the second experience didn't mean anything to me. My focus is on reaching a desired destination that doesn't even exist in fitness industry. It doesn't even exist in Hollywood. It's actually achieving a goal of everyone living out the best versions of themselves and everyone pursuing their dreams. That's the goal that I'm attached to. And any experience between now and that realized vision, I already did it. I'm just going through the motions. Like it doesn't really I'm always at this level, right? And then if I have like a new level up happening, like for instance, I'm going to be releasing a book probably this month or next month, which is going to be like a big moment for me because it's the first book that I'm releasing and I'm making available to the public. I will feel slightly more energy than I do right now, but on a consistent basis, like I'm always here because I'm taking over the world. And you have to have that level of energy in order to focus and do the things that are necessary.
Yeah, I definitely mess. I do fuck with the energy, dog. I
Thank
need
you.
that around my circle, man. I'm like,
Fuck yeah.
damn,
We all
that
need
mother,
this. We all should have
man.
this.
Like you got that one friend, like, damn, tell that man to calm down. No, that's him.
Yo, I'm right
Yeah.
there with you. I will fight somebody, bro. Like you come at me, you got a problem with me, let's go.
Hey, they see you like, nah, we don't want no smoke, bro. Hey, we good, big dog, we good. But what advice would you give someone trying to build a natural but not seeing results fast?
Oh, that's tricky because everyone does respond to stimulus differently. Some people are just born to just pick up a weight and then they get huge. Specifically, black guys. So we respond to weights differently. So, like, let's say you're a person who is just not, depends on what the goal is. But if they're looking to get big and it's not happening quick enough, eat more protein, eat more carbs, and just like you have to eat intentionally and you have to train intentionally. Focus on that. Like don't so much as like don't worry about the results. Focus on like what you have to do in order to get the results. Really get that tunnel vision for like 6 weeks. And then if you're not seeing any results, maybe hop on steroids. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, no, Lord, we gotta edit that shit out.
I'm good.
Yeah, respect.
Hey, I saw you bench press a girl, man, on Instagram.
Right, yeah.
And after that, she chose you. Tell us about that moment.
Those shits are all manufactured. I do it for fun. Like I do everything for fun if we're being completely honest.
Right.
But I also see the value in being in environments like that so I can work my social skills. I most of my life I was an introvert and I kept to myself. So I do stuff like that just for the purpose of getting practice with people and talking to women and shit like that. But it was fun. It was fun. I mean, completely ridiculous because she didn't end up picking me at the end of the show. But I'm not gonna, to each his own, right?
Hey, to each his own, brother.
Yep. Yep. Never lost.
You recently won big on the Hollywood Square, man. Like, how did that opportunity come up?
Yeah, man. All right, so I've been in LA for like 10 years now, and like the first like 5 years, actually there was like one specific year, maybe year 4 or 5, where I was just doing like dating shows all over the place. Like dating show on ABC, Snapchat dating show, Instagram dating show, another dating show, just all over the place. And somehow during that year, like my name is just now embedded in some fucking cast. Can I curse?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
you
you
a
good.
grown ass man. We
I
can't
was,
tell a
I was
grown ass man what to do.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So yeah, I was just like in this like casting database from that year of doing all these dating shows. So now every once in a while, someone hits me up and asks me if like, hey, your name came up, and yeah, but it was cool, great experience. I got to meet a lot of my peers, Tiffany Haddish, um, Miss Pat. Miss Pat was really cool. Tyra Banks. That was the second time I met Tyra Banks. She doesn't remember the first time because I was a busser at a restaurant. And dude, when I first saw her, like that was my first year in LA 10 years ago. Oh my God, it was her and two other women. They were like Amazonian, like fucking. They looked like they could eat me. You know, it was awesome.
You would let him too, innit? Yo, freaky ass. Yeah, you let him too, freaky ass.
Oh my God. But we've
Oh,
come a long way since then.
okay. Respect, respect.
So, being a film producer, an actor, which movie that you've been in was your favorite so far?
I would say the one that I co-produced, which was called Skyfly. That is a sports action comedy, which actually released last year in April. So being able to work on that, and I've starred as the main antagonist, like the main bad guy, and that was a really great time because I've always known that I I'm like my ability of performance is quite vast, but I connect with bad guy characters more for some reason, just because you have more range. Like you get to do more stuff as a bad guy.
Okay.
So that was like a really fulfilling experience for me. And then after that, I actually kind of fell out of love with acting. Not so much fell out of love, but I didn't feel like the need to have to do the audition circuit anymore, just because I got to like be the main bad guy in a film. So I was like, you know, what, let me just focus on my own projects now and create opportunities for myself instead of having to beg, you know.
Okay. Okay. While winning the Hollywood Square, what made you decide to turn that win into a documentary?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good question. Well, the documentary existed before I even was asked to show up on the show. Um, the documentary started last January of last year, and that story is basically the rise of natural bodybuilding. It tells a story of myself and my training partner as we climb the ranks in the circuit and aim to basically put a spotlight on natural bodybuilding that eclipses that of the enhanced side of the sport. So that idea was conceptualized, and then I factor opportunities into the pre-existing project. So I get an opportunity to show up on Hollywood Squares. Guess what? Now it's a part of the documentary. I was on Hollywood Squares in 2025, and I got $26,000 from it. That's also part of the documentary. I am going to use this $26,000 to build a billion-dollar fitness empire. You know, like I'm about telling the greatest story of all time. So anything that happens in this story gets factored in and amplified because of my vision.
That's what's up. So, like, how is life in Hollywood?
Man, it's the best that it's ever been, bro. Best that it's ever been. The trick is you got to know yourself. You
Oh
got to
yeah.
know yourself. You know what I'm saying? So like once you recognize who you are, then everything starts clicking. You know, you just start saying the shit out loud. Oh, I'm him, and then it's like, oh, you're him. Oh, I needed him. I needed to talk to him. You know,
Right.
I'm right here. So basically, it's like walking into any room and like knowing who you are. It makes the entire experience of like Hollywood like so much chiller. You know, because like you're recognized so much quicker. It takes a
Respect.
second though. It took me 10 years. So
That's a long ass time,
yeah,
brother.
yeah. And you got to be patient, you know. I wasn't in a rush to like get to the finish line because I'm all about like this is the journey. There technically is no like finish line. Finish line is death. So it's like, what's the rush to get anywhere? So I took my time understanding my brand, the perception, how people look at me, how do they interact with me, how do they feel about me, and by the time I was ready to fucking launch the alpha version of who I am, I was like, all right, let's go. Let's have some fun.
Respect. Respect. What does balance look like for you with training, branding, and real life?
Um, Training is pretty simple. You just gotta budget time, you know. And I don't even go as often as like a person might think that I go, or like a regular bodybuilder. I keep it very simple. It's like what muscles aren't sore, go to the gym, train them, get sore, and then don't train sore muscles until they're no longer sore. I just keep it that simple. And then when it comes to branding and personal life, I've definitely integrated both. So it's like a very seamless, there really is no difference. Sean Fury, the brand, is Sean Fury in my personal life. It's just one big script. This is all like a script. But the difference between like an actual movie, when like you're actually going to a movie theater, like take Sinners, shout out fucking Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan. But that was scripted, storyboarded, directed, shot. The way that I'm telling this story, it's live, it's improv. You guys are a part of it. Like we're actually creating the script right now, and once this ends, I continue. The script continues. Like this is scene two, scene three. Sean Fury is eating breakfast or some shit like that. Like if that makes sense.
a human being.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. Yeah. Well said.
John Fury, I'm about to take you
Yo,
back, man.
I
So
love it.
hey, you successful today. In life you go through things, and I saw on your journey you was once in a shelter. How did you overcome that obstacle?
Um, and this is another time where I have friends that I have made along the way of this journey, that look back on times like those as like more powerful or impactful than myself. I would say that my time homeless, I was pretty numb. I was pretty numb. It's mainly because like I didn't really want to feel the experience of being homeless. I wasn't really interested in the feeling. 'Cause it's like when you're walking the streets of Skid Row and you're staying in the shelter with like the 70 dudes and like you got like the drug addicts and shit like that, and like everyone's depressed. It's a depressing environment, you know? So I didn't want to have my spirit dwell in that environment. So I didn't. You know,
Right.
this is a moment in time. I'm about to be like the greatest of all time. Literally the greatest of all time. So like I'm staying in a shelter right now, but 2025, just think where you're gonna be. 2030, 2040, like, dude, you're gonna be like a fucking billionaire. So keeping that in mind, however long I'm homeless is however long I'm homeless, if that makes sense.
Respect, respect.
It
And
like, all right, I wanna like add, I've always had a supreme level of confidence of my trajectory because I have self-aware. I know what my skills are, I know what my strengths are, and I know the way that I can and will contribute to this society. And because of the value that I provide to the rest of the world, I've never had to doubt if things are going to work out for me, you know? But anyone can do this. You just have to identify what contributions would be considered value to everyone else.
Mhm. When you're not lifting or creating content, what brings you peace?
Um, I take hits of joints. Like I smoke weed a little bit. That kind
Oh,
of
really? Oh, yeah.
word.
No. Okay, that was up. I got to
Yeah,
travel to
no, like
California.
yeah, shit. But yeah, I do it more so to like kind of chill out. Like if I'm like here, then like maybe I'll take like a hit or two of a joint just to like bring me here and mellow, because like at the end of the day, I'm really not in a rush. Because like what is a rush? Like what's the perception of time? Like we're just here, you know? There's nothing to rush to. So sometimes it's like I'll be like, grinding, right? And I'm making progress and I'll want the $1 billion in my bank right now. And I'll be like, I did everything I need to do today to bring me closer to my billion. So I don't need to do any more today. Let's chill the fuck out. And I might take a hit, listen to some music, go on a walk, and I create the environment through physical activity and kind of ambiance to chill out, if that makes sense.
Well, it makes
Yeah.
perfect sense, brother.
Yeah, yeah, you get it.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah,
chill and vibe sometime.
yeah, I do a lot of chilling and vibing. In fact, I'm a big advocate for it.
Ass. Gonna make me cry.
Hey, we got to
For
see
real.
some merch, man. Hey, we got to see some merch.
I'll
We
take it. I'll take
definitely
it.
can. What you is like a 3X, 2X?
No, more like a XL. I'll take an XL. Yeah,
Gotcha.
Damn, XL?
yeah, I would say so.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
that big.
look like it.
Yeah, I'm really not
You
that big.
you just look okay, okay, okay.
It's all perception.
Right. Yeah.
So I also see you a dad, man.
Zion is my son's name. His mother is the primary caregiver. So we are co-parenting yeah. So we are co-parenting. But the experience as a whole is incredibly humbling. It allows me to think outside of myself and love someone else unconditionally,
Mm.
which is probably something I needed, definitely. Um, yeah, yeah, he's a blessing and a gift, and He's the most important person, thing in my life. Yeah.
Respect, respect. And how old is he?
He's 5. Yeah, he just turned 5 in April.
Oh
Yeah, he about
man.
to do something now. He about to be swole up.
Yeah, no, he's getting there. He's getting
See?
there. Yeah.
See? God
Yeah,
damn
no,
it. He's
he's
already 5.
hmm
God, slow down.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
See?
I'm super excited for his future. And I just want to create well, obviously I want to be a good role model for him, but I also want to create an environment for him and his generation to flourish in and not be bogged down by fears, insecurities, doubt, uncertainty, limiting beliefs. So over the course of my career, in fitness, entertainment,
Mm,
and politics, I'm looking to undo the systemic conditioning of the human psyche, preventing us from kicking ass and taking names.
That's what's up.
respect, respect. Well, Shaun, this is where we get a little deep, man. We just
Oh, I
started
love you.
this. Yeah, we getting deep question from Mr. GBO, man. So if you couldn't train ever again, who would Shaun be without the gym?
All right, so the only reason I wouldn't be able to train is if I was paralyzed. That's the only reason, because like even if I was in jail in solitary confinement, I could still do push-ups, body weight squats, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, so if I was paralyzed, that would suck. Nobody wants
Yeah.
to be paralyzed. But in the event that I would be, I would just live in my mind. And, I can create entire universes in my brain if I wanted to. In fact, I am. So, yeah, it's like it would be a different existence, but it would be a shame not to be able to use my body. But, I would still continue existing. I would read a lot more. I would read a whole lot more. Yeah.
So what's the biggest inner battle you still face, even with all your progress and wins?
Okay, we are going deep, huh?
Come on now.
All right. Okay. I haven't gotten that one yet. Wow. Let me take a second.
Oh, hey, take your time, brother.
All right. All right. The biggest inner battle. Oh, wow. Shit. Okay. I'll tell you. Um, I have like so much aggression. I have just like sometimes it feels like an overwhelming amount of aggression to dominate and conquer. And I funnel it into my creative endeavors, and I try to like make it positive. But sometimes, and I'm so glad like I'm not a violent person. Any person who knows me knows I'm very friendly and easygoing and stuff like that. But what they don't fully understand is I have this strong desire just to fucking destroy, just destroy. And I put it into my workouts. I put it into, like I said, my creative stuff. And yeah, it's sometimes I don't feel like I'm fully at peace because of that high level of aggression. But I just find ways to exert it.
All right, with you saying that, I gotta ask, who's your favorite superhero?
Wow. Okay. All right. Um, my favorite superhero to kind of model my trajectory and my persona off of is Tony Stark, just because I like how he presented himself in that first Avengers movie where he goes genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist, and I was like, I fuck with that. I think I'm gonna do that. So So yeah, that's why Tony Stark is probably my favorite. Plus, like I like flawed superheroes. As a writer and storyteller, I don't like perfection because there's nowhere for the story to go. So I'd rather take a flawed superhero and really show his growth and transformation, as opposed to just going with like, oh, I'm Superman, I can do no wrong. That's boring. So Tony Stark.
Okay, okay. What advice will you give to the vision of yourself who almost gave up?
Mm. Hmm.
Version, my bad.
Well, okay, I was about to say like that person doesn't exist.
Version.
All right, the version. What advice would I give? Dude, it's art. Like, okay, give me 1 second. I gotta think about that.
Go
What
ahead.
advice would I give to the version of myself who was ready to give up, or almost gave up? Damn. Wow. Words. What advice would I give to the version of me that was ready or almost gave up? Can it? It's so hard to imagine that version of myself. It's like really hard to imagine that version. But let's say I were to talk to him, I'd have to say, dude, what? Give up? What are you, stupid? Give up and do what? And do what? Like what? You want to be a
Yeah.
server? You want to fucking wait tables, bro? Like wake the fuck up. You know,
Nah, for real.
that would probably be my advice. Like what's the alternative? You know? Yeah, like I don't. It's like, dude, you want to give
It,
up?
I told you these are deep ass questions now. I'll make sure you gonna think.
Yeah, no, I like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Go ahead with
Okay,
another.
so you know I got a lot.
Oh shit!
Uh,
Oh shit!
so what does strength mean to you beyond just the physical?
Wow. Okay, bro. I believe that strength really should be applied in all three aspects of the human being. So we have the physical, and obviously you develop strength physically through the continual application of repetition. So the more you rep something, the stronger, in theory, you would get. You
Hmm.
feed the body to make it grow. You got to feed the body to make it grow. That's how you get stronger. And then you got your mind and your spirit. Strength in relation to your mind is the process of having a goal and then taking yourself through the steps to achieve that goal. Here's the big secret that I can't wait to share with the rest of the planet. The bigger the goal, the more your mind has to expand in order to achieve that goal. So, if my goal is to go down in history as greatest natural bodybuilder of all time, greatest storyteller of all time, $1 billion fitness and entertainment mogul, if that's my goal, how big and expansive must my brain become in order to achieve it? How many neurons have to be firing at all cylinders in order to make the connections and articulate the vision and structure my strategy in a way that brings me to that goal? So that's mental strength. That's how I would describe that. And it allows me to process information faster and be more curious about the results of experiments. And then we have the spirit. What is spiritual strength? Self belief and certainty that the universe is not out to harm you. You got to believe that. You got to believe that the universe is on your side. And once you really cement that belief, the world opens up. And you no longer see other people as enemies. You see them as allies and perhaps obstacles that are presented in your way to overcome and help you grow as a person.
Talk your shit, gangster. I like that. I like that. Respect, respect.
Absolutely.
Hey man, did you ever fear being forgotten?
Hmm. Okay. All right,
If
bro.
so, what legacy are you working to leave behind?
Ooh, dude. Do we like where do you guys live? Like I want to chill with you guys.
Hey man, we from South
South
Carolina, man. We
Carolina.
from the dirty South. You feel me?
All right. All right. I'm hitting you up when I'm over there.
Hey, for sure, man. Let us know. We supposed to be going to California, man. We definitely gonna link up with you, man.
For sure. Let me know.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
So the question was fear of being forgotten and what's the legacy I want to leave behind? Okay. So the way I look at it is I have zero fear of being forgotten just because I've kind of immortalized myself in my own consciousness. And as a result of that, I can't die. I live forever because every time I make a contribution in the form of art or content, that's my expression of my experience of the universe. Even if all the content were to be wiped away, because it will be, Earth is not going to be here forever. Humanity is not going to be here forever. So there will come a point where the consciousness of Sean Fury will not be acknowledged by anyone because there will be no one to acknowledge me. So what's the point of being afraid of that? It's inevitable. Whether it happens in 1,000 years or a million, doesn't matter. So there's no point in trying to latch on to the concept of eternity because that concept is outside of the realm of human comprehension. Keeping that in mind, the legacy that I would like to leave for as long as possible is one of limitless human potential. And the vision that that philosophy can have on the world is one of harmony and prosperity because we are not working against each other. We are working with each other to achieve a level of success for the entire world.
Okay.
Awesome.
Respect,
Awesome.
respect.
But Shaun, what advice would you give somebody wanting to be king of the world?
Oh, shit, man. I'm writing books about it, bro. uh, what advice would I give to somebody who wants to be king of the world? All right, focus on these three skills. All right, self belief. Believe that you can do it. Believe that you can do it. And if you don't believe, take yourself through the trials and tribulations to confirm and believe. Like you got to end at the belief. Don't go through this whole process not believing in yourself. Maybe you can still do it. Maybe. I mean, Mike Tyson was winning fights while having nightmares about his opponent the night before. I don't really like to play like that. I don't like self doubt. I don't see the value in it, and it's not fun. It's not a fun experience of life to doubt myself. So have the highest level of self belief and take yourself through the process to make sure that it's cemented. Then, imagination. Have as big of an imagination as possible. Visualize, see the future that you want to experience, and then walk towards it. Reverse engineer and walk yourself back from the steps that are required to actualize that vision for yourself. So, high self belief, highest level of imagination, and finally, focus. Refine, hone, and develop your focus to superhuman levels. It will allow you to accelerate at unimaginable levels and also create opportunities for you to fine tune and pick out who you're supposed to speak to, what you're supposed to say, what questions you need to ask, where you need to go, because your focus is on the specific vision through your imagination and your self belief that you can achieve it.
Shaun, you say you got a book
I
coming
like
out.
that. I like
How
that.
could people find your book and what's the name of it?
Absolutely. The book is called Exceed. It's going to be launched in tandem with our fitness app that's actually going to be launching probably by the end of this month, if not early July. So they're both called Exceed. It's basically like a companion piece. The fitness app, it goes over workouts and customized meal planning. And then I'm attaching the Exceed manifesto, which is basically outlines the mentality that's required in order to achieve your wildest dreams.
If somebody was trying to contact you to get a fitness coach, how can they do that on your socials?
You can just send me a DM at Shaun Fury. Routinely check my DMs just to make sure that I'm not missing anything. And then if you want to be more thorough, you can send me an email, ShaunFury@gmail.com. Or you can even call me 609-880-5318 if you really
God
got
damn.
to hold of me. I'm
Just
chill.
tell, just
Yeah.
tell everybody the number. We gotta
The
edit
way
that
I
shit
look at
out.
it, honestly, the way I look at it is like I'm a servant to all of humanity at this point.
Mm.
The universe has been rewarding me like with being a good person. I'm not like a man of many vices. I like to flirt and girlfriends are cool. So it's like if a girl comes up to me and wants to, go like hang out, like that's a good time. But other than that, like I'm a servant to the people. I'm here to evolve all of humanity. Like if you want to if you want to contact me, you can. I'm here for you.
That's what's up,
I
man.
got you, big dog.
But Shaun Fury, man.
Awesome. Oh,
You got
go
something for
ahead,
him?
Larry. I was about
No,
to
you
say
got
shout
some.
out to Coach. Shout out to Coach Lauren, man, for putting us on, man.
Oh yeah,
'Cause,
Oh
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. She gave the
yeah,
recommendation.
yeah, man. Shout out to Coach, man. Hey, what
No,
she told me, throw that shit away. So every time she always tell me, let's throw that shit away. Throw that fear away. I got you. Yes, ma'am.
Lauren's dope. Lauren's dope.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
So
Absolutely.
shout out to
she's really
Lauren.
cool.
But
Mm-hmm.
Shaun Fury, we appreciate you for coming to chill and vibe. But before we go, let everybody know what we doing.
Chilling and vibing, bro.
Appreciate you, man.
Absolutely. This was dope.